What's good? Welcome back. Trash Talking with the Old Heads. I'm your host, Dante, joined as always by my OGs, Greg, Jerry. What it do, fellas?
What up? We back at it again. No excuses. Play like a champion.
Why play like a champion when you can be a champion? You know what it is.
And y'all already know what it is for today. We keeping it rolling with our countdown of the greatest college football program since 1980.
The countdown.
Coming in at number 8.
Final countdown.
It's the big red machine, the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
The black shirts.
The black shirts, indeed.
And we just so happened to go over their first round opponent, the Georgia Bulldogs. So
in the last video.
8 versus 9. You don't
Now,
say.
when we talk about memories of the Cornhuskers, I don't have the early 80s memories, and even though they were a great team, but them,
the 90s for real.
in the 90s,
yeah,
this
was legendary, bro.
Was beating the brakes. I remember they beat the brakes off your Florida Gators.
They did.
I used to play with the Nebraska Cornhuskers on their college football in '94.
Couldn't do nothing with them.
Couldn't stop them. They was putting up 70 points, running the ball. 60, 70 points.
Great game for Florida State. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, that game came down
title.
to the,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It did. Indeed, sir. They were a powerhouse, though, in the 80s and 90s. They were definitely a powerhouse.
That wishbone off. They ran it out the wishbone. They ran it out the I formation.
Yeah, that little veer.
Yeah,
that little veer. Yeah, exactly.
They had all kind of formations, but you knew what was happening. You knew they was gonna run it.
They was running.
You just couldn't stop it.
And Tommy Frazier did not need a mid game.
We'll see if he make the list.
The deep ball.
Well, of course, they played in Memorial Stadium.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It seemed like back then it was always sold out. I don't know about now. I don't really watch them.
Yeah,
now they hard to watch.
They don't get no love unless they play in Colorado.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know about them now. I really can't tell you about them. I know they got a quarterback now that's supposed to be pretty good. The boy that was well hyped last year, I forget his name though, but they're supposed to have one. So we'll see if they can bounce back, man. But let's bounce into this countdown.
Well, first let's talk about. Well, let's go ahead and get our. Yeah,
gotta get this in. You know what I'm saying? Please smash that like and subscribe button on YouTube, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Also, Facebook, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. You can always become a member of the Old Head Nation.
No doubt.
On Facebook, just hit us up, Trash Talking with the Old Heads.
Come on in.
We'll be more than happy to have you join. What was you about to say, G?
Well, let's talk about we doing. So we have been doing, a quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers,
right.
tight end.
Oh, I was waiting until we got to that position, but go ahead. Nah, I know what you're about to do.
Yeah, so just wanted to set it up. We're doing a little bit different for this team because Nebraska's dominance,
right, in the run game,
was when they was running the triple option, and we had to include a fullback for this team.
Got to,
and take away a wide receiver. So, when they was dominant, when they was kicking everybody's ass, they was running with 1, 2 wide receivers at the most.
Absolutely.
So
definitely agree.
Let's get to their bona fides. Let's get to what got them here at the number 8 position.
You got all that, Jerry. What you got? Heisman Trophy winners.
Well, they got 3 natties. Let's start there first. Ooh. 3 of them.
Long time ago.
Well, 90s and the 80s, wasn't it? They, you know what I'm saying? So they got 10 conference titles.
Ooh, that's not bad.
2 Heisman Trophy winners.
Can you name them?
I can name Frazier.
Go ahead.
Name them off top.
Eric Couch and Eric Couch. Was it Tommy Frazier?
Did Frazier win?
I don't think Frazier won.
Well, we going off the top of the head. We doing it like that?
No, but go ahead with everything else.
Yeah, we'll get that up. So we had two Heisman Trophy winners. We had a total of 468 wins. They won 468 wins. Now I know recently they hadn't won no games. They've been trickling in.
We Dante and I talked about this because what I noticed, and I got excited when I was looking up the information for this team, because it reminded me of the style of play of football back then, especially college football.
Mm-hmm.
The grittiness of it, the toughness of it, the hard-hittedness of it, the fact that you didn't protect the golden goose back there behind the offensive line as much. But it definitely reminded me of the better days of football when everybody was considered equal on the field. You could knock the hell out of anybody. That we talked about that for college football. Have we got to who
Mike Rozier was the other Heisman?
Yeah.
Mike Rozier was the other Heisman. But the style of play. Every time you looked at these players for Nebraska, you always saw, this player played at a high level, and now he's the linebacker coach, or he's in the running back room, and that would explain to me. I'll tell Dante this. To me, that would explain why they still trash, because they the old style of play is mostly antiquated. So they got all these old heads, no pun intended, that are still with the team, that are holding on to that old style of play, and that's why we can't hear about Nebraska these days having a good team, because they still on that old let's run that ball. But they're catering to their base, and you can't knock them for that. That's what their fans love. That's what they want to do. They want to hold on to that, even though it's antiquated. Even Nick Saban had to get out of running the ball.
You can do it, but it takes ultra talent at so many positions to be successful at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you wanted to do that now, to line up and run at people that way now, you're going to need 3 or 4 5-star linemen. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need electric running backs, blocking tight ends, you know what I'm saying? Blocking wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? It's going to have to be a complete dominant team at multiple positions in order to do it.
So real quick, with that said, sticking on that real quick.
And a Michael Vick kind of athlete at quarterback. You know
give me the closest thing we've had to what they were able to do with the mobile quarterback being that dominant.
Lately?
Is it Cam? But even with that, I don't
could throw,
but was there running? I mean, he was the engine, but was there running back room as good as what Frazier was handing off to? I would think not. Nah. They were attacking the edges to, you know what I'm saying, to get the middle to spread out and bust one.
Yeah.
But not like that.
Those backs were good because of Cam. The threat of Cam made them better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's get on with Nebraska, man.
We gotta keep it moving. But Nebraska, of course, and it was a surprising pick because of how, how dreadful the program been
lately. But that tells you how dominant they were in the 80s and
early
90s.
Yes, sir.
Stands the test of
so
time.
Again, we talked about the 468 wins since 1980. That's pressure right there. I think they have the most wins out of our top 12 teams. They have the most wins.
That's crazy. Because nobody would pick them.
Right.
If you wouldn't think, average college football fan, no one would pick them.
468 wins.
Because of the style of play.
That's crazy. They were beating the brakes out of team. All right, drafted. 204 players drafted. And they've spent a total of 52 weeks as the AP number 1. 52 weeks at AP number 1. So they got good numbers. Even though they've been dreadful the last few years, they got good numbers.
So who's driving the bus to this squad?
Is it even a question? Nebraska Nation, is it a question?
Tom Osborne. Plain and simple. No one else could be the coach of this team other than Tom Osborne.
Tom Osborne, we was talking about it.
Is there another good coach in that
Is he on the Mount Rushmore of college coaches?
No. But you would have to discuss him, but he's not on the Mount Rushmore, though.
Wow. That was a quick no.
A lot of dubs.
That was a quick no.
Guarantee you he's not on that.
A lot of dubs.
When we do that
out
show,
of that 468 wins, I guarantee you probably got about 300.
He's up there, but I guarantee you, if we ever do the show, I guarantee you he's not on it. Guarantee you. He won't make your list. I guarantee you.
Well, we'll save it.
We'll save that one.
We'll table it. We'll table that.
QB.
Another no-brainer. Time is fucking crazy.
Hey,
this dude was incredible.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing though. When we look at, just like y'all did in the last video, when you look at his numbers as a quarterback, they ain't as impressive as Eric Couch's numbers. But the natties.
The natties. Like I told you earlier. I'll let you finish, but the natties, okay?
But for me, it wasn't even the natties, man. This guy was another running back. He was really,
and that was truly a different time, a different style of offense. You have to take that in consideration.
Right.
His numbers aren't going to be prolific in the passing. They didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching them play Florida State. I'm like, man, this dude going to ever throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have to. So for me, it's no other than him. Can't be nobody but him.
But when you look at it, though, like if you look at they passing yards and they rushing yards, Eric Couch got some numbers now. Rushing that bitch, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, yeah, Tommy Frazier all day. Let's go.
All day for me, you know what I'm saying?
Are we going to go running back next or fullback?
Running back.
Running back.
Running back room.
2 running backs.
I think we agreed on this one.
Yeah, Mike Rozier.
Easy. Mike Rozier and
Amon Green. But it was hard for us people to keep Lawrence Phillips off the list.
Not me.
It wasn't hard for me.
It wasn't hard for me. It was hard for him. Yeah, speak for yourself. It was hard for you.
Man, you can't tell me that season.
You got to be on the field to make this list. You got to be on the field. You can't
and not in the jail.
You can't be in the jailhouse to make
well, he wasn't in jail at Nebraska.
He was in trouble. How about that? He was in trouble.
Stayed in trouble.
Yeah, he was in trouble.
R.I.P. though.
Injury stuff.
R.I.P. though to him.
Yeah.
All right, so next we go into the fullback position. This is an integral part of this offense. The reason why we had to include it, because they were responsible for they were not your traditional fullback position, where they were like Mike Allstott's
right
of college football.
Right.
If y'all remember Mike Allstott, they were Tom Riggin-ish. So we got to go with Tom Rathman as the best fullback. Now, some people may say Corey Schlesinger. Corey Schlesinger had a couple good games, but when you talk about at a fullback position running that thing, you got to give him his San Francisco bona fides. To hell with them damn 49ers.
I remember saying Rathman averaging
7.2.
It was
7.2 yards per carry.
6.2, but okay.
Gotta be him.
Running it. Yeah, running
Gotta be him.
That's dominant.
Again, different time, you know what I'm saying? Different time.
Wide receiver. Now, this is a bit of a scrap here. We had a philosophy issue. So my partner over here wants to go with wide receivers that had the most yards in their career.
Well, to explain that, I don't understand how if your best receiver has the most yards receiving in the history of the team, he has the most receptions ever in the team's history, and he's in the top what?
Tell us who you're talking about.
I'm talking about no other than Mr. Stanley Morgan Jr.
How many all Big Tens he have?
Let's pull it up. Let's pull up Mr. Stanley.
I'll tell you, he had one, and it was second team. As opposed to Kenny Bell, who was also...
And how many receptions did he have?
Was number 2.
How many receptions did he have?
It was 189 to 181. Okay. But that goes to tell you that it was more about the amount of probably opportunities he had. He wasn't the best.
Right.
At Nebraska.
I would want to see,
because if you didn't get
how many times a game did they throw
exactly
in one era versus the other. You need that kind of stuff when talking about this. You know what I'm saying? If one team only threw the ball 17 times a game and one team threw the ball 38 times a game,
just by the awards alone,
there's a difference, dog.
Kenny Bell has 2 all Big Ten selections and 1 first team. So you know what I'm saying, the difference as opposed to 8 more receptions, 1 more touchdown is minimal. 70 more yards is minimal. It's a minimal difference. That just goes to show you that with the awards, the all Big Ten awards, he wasn't thought of as that great of a wide receiver.
He's the best for this program. He's the best receiver in this program's history. How can he have all the it's just like Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice got all the records, but you want to try to tell me Randy Moss is better than him. You can't tell me that.
I didn't say that. I said I would select Randy Moss as my. I didn't say that. I said I got Jerry Rice at number 1, but I would take Randy Moss because of the talent. That's what I said. I got Jerry Rice at number 1. But
he's the best ever. But when I want to pick a receiver on my team, I'm going to go with Randy Moss.
I'm going Randy Moss.
I don't want the best receiver ever. I want Randy.
Just the production. This is another conversation. We can do that conversation. We can do that on another show. We can do that on another show. We can do that on another show.
I got outvoted. They don't want the
we don't want receiver. Morgan Stanley on
They don't want the best receiver in this team's history on the team.
He ain't their best receiver.
That's who
He's not their best receiver.
They don't want the receiver with all the yards.
All right, I'm going to put it to you like this.
They don't want him. No, we good.
Yeah, you know where I was going with it.
We good. We good.
Emmitt Smith.
We good.
The number 1 Russian. So stop the dumb shit. Stop the dumb shit. Emmitt Smith, the leading all-time rusher.
Who are your receivers for this squad, sir?
And you saying that he had?
Who?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Nebraska, please.
Kenny Bell and Irvin Fryer. And Irvin Fryer ain't even on there as one of the top receivers.
Yes, he is.
For this, he's not. He's not in the top 10.
19. I don't know what list you was looking at.
Because you're going by receiving yards.
1983 consensus All-American.
He was. That you got to go by that because it was a different time,
different era,
and they wasn't throwing the ball like that. But his total receiving yards from 80 to 83 was 11. He didn't even hit 2,000.
1196.
So stop it.
Because I would really like to know, like, if we look at these years, the starting quarterbacks, the attempts,
exactly,
Irvin Fryer.
If we really dove into it,
like, would that be old boy? Who would be the starting quarterback?
But with this team and the way that they did things, he was also running the rock too.
Right.
He had 693 yards rushing the rock, which is second for the most rushing yards for a receiver. With this offense and the way that they did things, we had to consider their rushing yards. That's why I got Irvin Fryer on the list. Okay. And I got Kenny Bell as a better wide receiver than Morgan Stanley, Dean Whitaker.
I can't believe I just took the receiver with the most receiving yards and receptions off the team.
Yeah, you had to.
I did. Let's go.
Tight end. There was a consensus. We had Johnny Mitchell. That was a no-brainer there.
Yep.
Okay, offensive lineman. Now, this is where Nebraska is one of the best offensive line colleges of all time, especially since 1980. You got one of the top center award is named after one of their best offensive line, Dave Remington. Then you have to go with Will Shields. Everybody should be familiar. If you watch the NFL, you should be familiar with that name. Zach Wiegert at offensive tackle. Will Shields at guard. Dean Steinkuhl. I know people don't probably remember that name unless you are a Nebraska Cornhusker. Then we have, we said center Dave Remington, offensive tackle Zach Wiegert. The last entry we had, which was a debate, was Eric Anderson, 3 All-Americans.
And for you Nebraska fans, we already know what about
Dominic Raiola.
I fought for you, dude.
We got into it a lot. Yeah. He was deserving probably, but the way that we're breaking it down,
we're doing it by position. Raiola didn't play tackle.
He didn't play tackle, so he
played guard and center. Right. And you can't kick the other ones out.
You can't kick the other guards and centers off this team. So he didn't make it.
I would rather play with 2 centers than take Raiola off the list.
But then if that's the case, we would have to go back and do every other team like that.
Just like that.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't do it just for him. So that's why for you Nebraska fans, when you comment in the comments, trash talking with old heads on YouTube, that's why. You know what I'm saying? There is a rationale to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but continue, G. Oh, and just to answer my own question, 1992, old boy threw the ball 100 times. 100 times in a season.
1982?
1992.
92?
Frazier did? Damn.
100 times.
That's why he ain't got the numbers.
In a season. His high was 163.
That's crazy.
So they weren't throwing the ball like that.
They were running.
You can't do receivers the same in different eras.
And-
It's just not the same.
They weren't throwing it, but Stanley Morgan sure was catching it with 189 receptions, the top in the. Let's go, man. Come on,
But
let's go. I ain't gonna keep.
That's just about
he would have more awards than just the second team All Big Ten.
right.
Kick returner. Now we had a couple of people's names that popped out. We had DeJuan Gross. I thought of Bobby Newcomb because he was a wide receiver and he was a dog in the mid '90s. But we went with the hometown kid, straight out of Homewood, Alabama, Amir Abdullah, simply because he was a kick returner. He was one of the top punt returners or kick returners in their history, in the top 4, I believe. And he also was a beast at rushing. He's one of the top 3 leading rushers. Did I get that right? Top 3 leading rushers in Nebraska history?
Yep, we got 4,588 yards.
Yeah, so we had to give it to the home school. I know a couple of y'all were like, he wasn't that dynamic, but when you look at what he did on that field, he was number 2 all-time leading rusher. I said top 4.
2 1,600-yard seasons and another 1,000-yard season.
One of the best all-purpose backs.
Yeah, so that's like a Hines Ward situation,
Right.
Well, you adding a player at a position that gives the team
The flexibility, right? The flexibility.
Yep.
He can catch the ball out of the backfield.
He can all-purpose.
All around,
leading number 1 all-purpose yards getter in Nebraska history at 7,186 career all-purpose yards.
Damn. Okay. All right.
On second behind Mike Rozier in total season all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
The most in that one game, 341. Got to put him on there.
You get no argument from me on him.
He was a late scratch too. We got him in late.
Yeah.
In our
Late.
debate.
Well,
Late.
it was going to be Newcomb.
So the offense, let's go back through it. We're gonna start back with kick returner, Amir Abdullah. Just to remind you, quarterback, Tommy Frazier was just, and with him having that blood clot, you know what I'm saying, we didn't get to see what he could do. And I don't think he would have been a quarterback.
Yeah, not back then.
He wouldn't have been a quarterback. But
They hadn't transitioned yet to set up an offense around him. They weren't going to do that back then.
Before we started, we talked about the fact that if the old boy network in the NFL were ready to transition to the mobile quarterback,
Right.
the black mobile quarterback,
Right.
look at all these quarterbacks that we missed out on because they weren't accepting of that type of player
Right.
at that position.
Oh, yeah, back then.
in the league.
And we talked about it even with Charlie Ward. Having to make a decision like, nah, y'all not going to really probably let me be a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
He did his vetting. I don't know how he did it, and I don't know if he used the agents or his coach or whoever helped him out that made that decision. They made the best decision for that man.
Oh, no doubt,
kudos
no
to
doubt.
them helping him out make that decision.
running back, we got Mike Rozier and Amon Green. That's a nod to the early 80s with Mike Rozier, one of the dominant running back in college football history. Tom Rathman at fullback. Wide receiver, Irvin Fryer and Kenny Bell. No shade to Dean, what's his name? Morgan Dean Stanley. Johnny Mitchell at tight end. Offensive lineman, we got Zach Wiegert, Eric Anderson, Will Shields, Dean Steinkooler, and Dave Remington.
Defense.
Not a bad list. Not a bad list.
I think the offensive line is what really
That's the strength.
is the strength of that offensive roster for sure.
And the run game is the strength.
Ain't gonna be no passing though.
None, sir. None, sir. I see first round exiting.
But again, what we talked about earlier, if you go back and look at some of the teams that run the triple option, they are hard to stop and they're not as talented.
Yeah, because Georgia Tech proved that a lot
Navy
before
does
they
it.
switched over. You know what I'm saying?
And I gave y'all that game. Nick Saban to tell y'all what he said in that interview.
What, the Vanderbilt and Bama?
We talking about it. We talking about a great Nick Saban defense. He want to always do some old roll tide shade or whatever. They did whoop y'all ass too.
What you talking about? Vanderbilt.
We talking about Georgia Southern
Vanderbilt
and Alabama.
They only ran 3 plays the whole
When
game.
Nick Saban said we couldn't stop them, they ran through us like a 10-horn, like shit through a 10-horn can.
He could have said the same thing for Vanderbilt. because they
But we
ran
did
all
what-
over them boys.
They ain't run all over.
Okay, all right.
It was some bullshit.
All right, D
The refs
line,
cheat. The refs
defensive
cheat.
end.
Here we defensive.
Defensive end,
The
man.
refs cheated us out that game.
defensive starters. Man, my eyes got blurry laughing at you. Grant Wistrom at defensive end. The other defensive end, Neil Smith. Defensive tackles, Jason Peter and Indomitian Sue.
Couldn't
As
leave
we
him
called
off.
him Indominant Sue.
That man got a anger problem.
Mr. Stomp your man himself. Whatever down there, I'm stomping that shit.
You that big, what you supposed to do in football? He just played old school football.
But now y'all remember Grant Wistrom though. That he was a beast on that end.
Yeah.
Them two, Jason Peter too.
Yeah.
'Cause they both played different positions. They both played interchangeable, defensive tackle and D end.
Yeah.
They was that good.
That's a good group. That's not a bad group. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad group.
Not at all.
Linebackers, we all had these. We had these three gentlemen.
I think we got this whole list. Everybody had a whole
yeah.
There
list.
wasn't much
Defense,
contention
yeah.
amongst the Nebraska team for real.
We got
Except for that wide receiver.
Trev Alberts, Levante David, Broderick Thomas.
That's a nice group too.
Broderick Thomas could get after the quarterback like no other, and then Trev Alberts and Levante David.
Yeah, Trev in college was hell.
Yeah.
It shit didn't translate, but he was hell.
Yeah, in college he
You know
was
what
a
I'm saying? He was hell.
beast. Levante David, he can cover and thump.
and tackle all over the field.
Now that he translated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then we had the safeties, the Mikes, Mike Brown
Mike and Mike,
and Mike Mentor.
no brainers. And then you get to the cornerback room.
This was probably the last great Nebraska team with Ndamukong Suh on it and Prince of Makimura.
Mukamura.
That's how you say that name?
Mukamura.
Mukamura. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good team. We got the other cornerback, Ralph Brown, and at nickelback, Baron Miles. Baron Miles at 5'9", he was all over the field.
That defense is not bad. It's not a bad defense.
And last but not least, can't live out the kicker, Alex Henry or Henry, however you want to pronounce that. I said Henry. That rounds out this team.
Yep, he was 90%.
You want to go back over the
For
defense?
89.5%. 193 or 194 on
Who
the
y'all got Ralph Henry?
Yeah, he All-American 2010, 193 out of 194 PATs, 68 or 76 on the field goals.
Yeah, so let's go back through it. We got a linebacker, Trev Alberts, Levante David, Broderick Thomas, safeties, Mike Brown and Mike Mentor, cornerback, Prince, Ralph Brown, and Baron Miles. We're just going to say Prince.
Mukamura.
At defensive end, we have Neil Smith and Grant Wistrom. Defensive tackle, we have Jason Peter and Ndamukong Suh. And the kicker for this roster is Mr. Alex Henry.
To all my Nebraska fans out there in this tournament, y'all team give us 17 points, y'all lost. That's all I got to say. Y'all lose. Because this team ain't going to be able to, if they can't run the ball, they're not going to be able to score. I just don't see how they going to score.
With the offensive line and that triple option, I'm telling you.
I said if they
gonna
can't
give
run the
people
ball,
hell.
if somebody got the linebackers
because they got the
who are
defense.
disciplined,
They got a solid
that's
defense.
what I'm saying.
If somebody
That's why I
got the
said
linebackers-
17.
If somebody got the linebackers, I think Georgia
Now-
has the linebackers for sure. I
Yeah,
think
Georgia, they would have to play Georgia. I would pick Georgia to win that, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, Georgia, you don't like Georgia quarterbacks, so
Georgia,
Not
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, he a solid quarterback. He ain't ass. But I would prefer
matchup,
Matt Stafford on that. But
we'll
you know,
see.
again,
We'll
those
see
are
who we pick,
our-
though.
another
We
video.
get it all there, though. So that's it for Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? Nice team, solid team. If you're a Nebraska fan, hit us up. Trash Talking with the Old Heads on Facebook. Comment. Let us know if we got it right or if we got it wrong. I believe we got this one pretty right.
The 8th-ranked Nebraska Huskers, we got this one right.
I believe we got this one pretty
This
much
was
right.
the least debated.
Yeah, Raiola is the only thing maybe.
Yeah, we had to talk about the
you know what I'm saying?
philosophy of
Yeah.
taking out a wide receiver and adding a fullback.
Right. But other than that, I think we got this team pretty much right. But if you disagree,
If you believe Morgan Dean Stanley deserves to be the other wide receiver,
Let us know. But that's it for this segment, man. This video, man. Thank y'all for joining us again on Trash Talking with the Old Head. We appreciate all the support. Do not forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Till next video, we out of here.
Soldier Boy, we made it.